Why are most attractive gay men typically single? I know we hear about gay men being single all the time, but being attractive while being gay is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. I personally feel it's no different from asking an attractive straight man why he's single. From my perspective, attractive gay men being single can stem from various factors, including societal pressures, the dating landscape, and of course, personal choices. You would think with being attractive, it'll be easier to date, but no. Nowadays, guys will assume you get the most play based on your looks, so they wouldn't even attempt shooting their shot. I can go on and on why things are the way that it is, but let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dr. Dante, and I'm back at it again with another video. As you guys can see by the title today, we're going to talk about why our most attractive gay men are single. And I cannot be the only one that peeped this, y'all, because when I be scrolling on TikTok, when I be scrolling on Instagram or Twitter, it's always a gay person that look hella good, mind you, but he always complaining about why he's single and so on and so forth. And this conversation can really apply to anybody, really, whether you're straight, bi, whatever the case may be. Some attractive men, I'm gonna be honest, some attractive gay men could be two in their heads, where they feel like they can just pull whoever, or they can just be conceited as hell, and that can kind of backfire. You being attractive and being gay and being like, I guess not confident, but cocky, could leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth. It doesn't really apply to every attractive gay man, but that's just based off just the dome of what I think. Now, my top 4 reasons as to why I feel like, a lot of these attractive guys are single. I feel like we are too picky. I do feel that way, and I'm gonna kind of get into that later. I feel like a lot of us are emotionally unavailable, or we are stuck on the past. So like we may have past relationship trauma. And the third thing is lust. We're gonna also get more into that as well as I talk. And intimidation. All of those being said, if you feel like I missed out on something, or if you want to add to that list, please feel free to comment all of your, thoughts down below. I really appreciate that. So I did find some videos on TikTok that correlated with all of my reasonings. Like we said intimidation, we said people being emotionally unavailable, being lusted over, and what was the other one I think I said? I forgot. Y'all know my brain is fried. Oh, being picky. So I did find some videos that correlate with that. So let's go ahead and get into them.
You know what's crazy? People don't DM me. I don't get any play.
You do know why, though? And I'm not being funny when I say this, and I am one, but I know straight men and how they think. I have 6 brothers. No man wants to go after Chad. I'm telling you what it is.
Can we talk about how typically the most attractive friend, or the one who is quote unquote like beautiful or handsome or whatever label you want to put upon them, is typically the friend that is single, who a lot of people don't actively come up and approach them. They're typically the single friend. At least this is from what I've noticed. Oftentimes people look at women like Sherelle from the podcast with Carlos King, who actually happens to be the ex of Chad Ochocinco, and I think the mother of one of his children. She was talking, and she was just explaining how she used to see, like, he used to show her DMs and messages from random girls, but typically no one really ever like DMs her or like try to get to know her. And the fact of it is, at least from my point of view, is people look at her as an accomplished woman, a pretty woman, someone who is out of their league. Like, a lot of guys will just count themselves out, just period, because they look at women like that, or just people, period. And you could be at the club and everybody around you is getting hit on.
So with this video, I don't think this really pertains to gay people, but I do feel like it kind of aligns to a certain degree. When it comes to, a person feeling like you're out of their league because you do look a certain way. I do feel like, that plays a major role because, like I said, like in the very beginning of my video, how some guys may feel like you get a lot of play because you are attractive or whatever. And, they just feel like, well, hell, he probably get hella play. I'm not even going to bother him or even try to, get my hopes up or whatever. He don't even respond. So even with, a lot of gay boys, not only do they look good, child, but they be having a money together. They be having a life together, child. And some guys may not be in that space where they have it all together. So maybe they just feel like you also out of their league when it comes to financials too. That could be a possibility. But let's keep watching.
But they look at you like I'm not even going to approach you because you wearing this. I see your car. I see your home. I see the way you look. You just look like you're out of my league. And oftentimes it's so crazy to even think about. But people have that mindset where they already count themselves out. You don't even have to like diss them or come off as snobbish or anything. They just look at you and quote unquote call you either bougie or stuck up just by what they feel like someone of your caliber would act like. And that could be the farthest thing from your personality, but they just automatically count themselves out. But somebody like me, I love that type of mentality because if that's the mind space you already walking in with and you're like rationale in your head, I don't want to have to constantly having to like reinforce how I feel about you, like constantly deal with someone who is insecure because those type of people when you go around people, they're gonna feel like everybody looking at you, and oftentimes they're going to make you feel bad for presenting yourself a certain type of way, and then oftentimes people have to, you know, dumb themselves down so that their partners could feel equal, which ultimately won't work out for neither one of y'all. Like if you're with someone or those the measures you have to take to be with someone, you might as well just call it quits. So it's just really so crazy to see her say this because I know a lot of people that's been in this situation. I myself have also. Like it's a lot of people out there with that type of mentality, and it's just sad ultimately.
He made some very good points in that video. This he loud as hell. Lord have mercy. Now this video is going to pertain to some of the gays being picky, child. Now, some of these boys do talk a little slow, so if you want to just speed up the damn video, by all means, do what's best for you. But let's get into this video.
And I don't know who need to hear this, but yes, I'm gay, and no, I don't want you. Like, why the fuck y'all be feeling like just because a person gay, like they want you because you the same sex as them? Like, no. Like, just because I like men don't mean that I like every man that I motherfucking see. Like, you know, like, what the fuck? Like, I still have a type. I'm very picky with my motherfucking gay. Like, especially with, like, heterosexual men, they be feeling like just because you a gay man that you want every man that you see. Half of y'all be ugly as fuck. I don't want y'all. If a bitch don't want y'all, why I want y'all? Like, y'all don't be having enough money for me. Like, no, it's a lot of motherfucking requirements on my gay. Like, yeah. And that goes the same way for gay men. Just because you another gay man too, baby, that don't mean that I'm supposed to be with you either. Like, just because you gay, I don't fucking care. Like, that's all we got in common. That's it. That's all. I'm still very picky, and that don't mean I want you either, because we both a part of the motherfucking community.
I just wanted to add that video because he have personality and he's funny. Let's watch the other one.
So sometimes I can be picky with sex. I need to know that we're gonna flip flop before it's even happening. Like, it's not gonna be no, I'm doing one thing, you doing one thing. We finna get in there and we're gay. Like, that's the point of being gay. For me, gotcha. Like, it needs to be some flip flop sex.
So basically, top and a bottom switch positions during sex. Yeah.
So you doing the bending.
Cheers, better.
I'm weak. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like this doesn't even really have to apply to attractive men. I feel like any gay person, like, child, if you meet somebody or whatever and everything is going good, we start talking about damn positions, and I'm a verse and you just strictly bottom, the shit just not gonna work because, baby, at one point I'm gonna want some dick and you're not gonna give it to me. So, positions play a major role too as to why a lot of us are single. It really do. Like, it is so disheartening because it's like, damn, you was everything. You fit everything. You fit all of my requirements. And then once we start talking about the sex part, it's just like, God damn it. You can't dick me down. Oh, fuck. I'm over it. I can't do it. Suppositions. Yes, I agree. That play a major role in stuff, y'all, because you got some gay men, they don't mind only doing one thing, but when you are, I know for me, when I run into verse dudes, they don't want to stick to one thing. They want to, like he said, he want to flip flop. So I definitely get that. Okay, so this video, you guys, he's talking more about the reason as to why he's emotionally unavailable and stuff like that. And I feel like this is a great video to react to, so let's do it.
I've made the decision. I'm definitely 100% emotionally unavailable. I'm going to tell you exactly why whilst I do my nighttime skincare routine, because that's how we do it these days. I have been single for 2.5 years, and I was in a 4-year relationship before that ended. And not gonna lie, it was a very traumatic relationship. A lot went on. And I don't really care what happened on his behalf. Mine was very traumatic. Definitely went through a lot. And to say the least, I left that relationship very broken, and I ended up leaving the country for 3 months to find myself again. And when I left, I did find that I didn't know who I was. And I came back home and I realized I don't know how am I going to rebuild myself. Let's move swiftly on to where we are right now at this point in time. I've tried to date people. I've tried to speak to men, many men, as to be completely honest. And it gets to a point where I hit a brick wall and they can't get past that brick wall. And I think it's like a level of, or form of PTSD. If any person who I speak to in more of a romantic way tries to do anything that I sort of feel is controlling, I instantly shut down and I instantly shut away from wanting to speak to men or even be involved in dating apps or anything like that. And what I find the hardest now at this point in time is I struggle to let those barriers down. And it makes me so cold, so stone cold.
We love the accountability, but he's mentioned how once he sensed the whole controlling shit or you being narcissist, he just go ahead and isolate himself. He shut down. He don't want to deal with your ass. It may sound like his ex was like that, and it's kind of like whenever he do run into that or see a sign of it, it just probably bring him back to that moment. So that's what I'm getting from what he just said.
Love to give. I am a nice person. I'm very wholesome, very spiritual. Like what's yours is mine. But it gets to the point where I feel like I need to be selfish to the person I'm speaking with or the person who I'm seeing, because I wasn't able to be selfish in the 4 years. I was made to be something that I'm not, and that was doormat. And now I know I'm not like that. I never was like that. To be where I am now, like there's a lot of trauma that I need to still process, and I can't process it. And I find it hard to factor in anybody else's feelings when it comes to being romantic. I know that sounds really hard and definitely very, very selfish, but it gets to the point where I want my time for me, and I want to be able to give myself everything that I want to give myself. And people who are coming into my life in a romantic form instantly get put second. And I don't want that to be the case, but it becomes the case when it gets to a certain point in that talking stage when I just feel like, meh, like people don't interest me. I lose interest so quick, and I don't know why. And I would love for you guys to tell me if you've had any similar experiences. And as we know in the gay community, dating is hard anyway. Being a gay male is hard. People move on very, very fast, and people find each other very, very fast. And I struggle with all of that as well. Like I would love to find someone and be with that person forever, but I physically can't, and I know I can't, and I need your help.
Well, I definitely agree with that. Trust me, you are not alone with that, buddy. Let's keep watching some videos, y'all.
Hey y'all, so I have a pet peeve that I knew I had for a long time, but I never put it into words and expressed it. So it is being over sexualized, like hey baby, or hey daddy's baby, or like saying something like,
you better not ever text me that weird ass shit. I'm not gonna respond to you. Don't do nicknames with me. Stank a butt, pookie butt, whatever the fuck. Do not say that. I'm not gonna respond to you. Like, what the hell? But this kind of falls into the category of the whole being lusted over. Being an attractive man, straight man, being an attractive woman, whatever the case may be. When you are attractive, you're looked at as an object most of the time, because a lot of these people, they just want They just want you because you look good, but they don't really want you. They want you, but they don't want you, if that makes sense. Like, they don't really want to get to know you like that, but they just really want to, you know, get inside them pants, child. They want to see how big the D is. They just want to see, you know, they want to get into that. And it's fucked up, especially as a gay man, because it's like, you know, even though I do look the way I look, goddamn, I'm still human. Like, the fuck, like, I don't get it. But child, I'm so used to this behavior when it comes to men in general, like, you know, being over sexualized. I feel like women go through this shit every single day.
Along the lines of that, like, hey, sexy, what's up? When I'm gonna see you. Ew. That's all I have to say is ew. Like, that shit is weird as hell. Like, why are you talking to me like that? I don't even know you, first of all. And it's different if you, like, talk like that once you know somebody and you date somebody. It's different. But, like, when I don't know you, oh, my God. You is a creepo, weirdo, creeper, cheaper, got serial killer vibes, and you probably a stalker.
I think a lot of gay men are going to end up single for a long time because they are too in tune with their feminine energy. And no, I don't mean like the way you act or the way you talk. I'm talking about just masculine versus feminine energy in its purest form. We see it in nature all the time, right? The male, the masculine figure will chase after the female figure. And I think too many gay men are just expected to be chased after constantly, and they're so prideful, and they're just not willing to take initiative to ask someone out, make the first move. So what you end up with is all these guys who are just expecting someone to come up to them and like wow them and pick them up their feet. But in reality is like, we're all men. Like, we should all...
I used to be this person, y'all. Like, I can't even sit here and cap. And I can't even sit here and act like I still don't act like that sometimes. Because when I was dating, child, you got to come to me. Because, like, I got bad luck when it comes to trying to reach out to boys first. Like, it just never work out. So I just let everybody, whoever want to talk to me, like, if we ever became a thing, it's because of them. Like, it's because of them. And it's just me having too much pride. I've gotten better, but, child, I can't sit here and lie and act like I'm, you know, like that I crossed that bridge yet, because I'm still, you know, it's still some growth.
Be sort of willing to chase after what you want. And I don't know, that I feel like that's been my observation, because I feel like I see so many like good looking guys who have great stuff going for them who are just like, oh, no one approaches me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why don't you approach someone, you know?
I think we should start doing that. If you watching this video, I think we should make that one of our resolutions for this year. We should at least go walk up to somebody and be like, hey, my name is such and such. You know, you look good. I think we should get to know each other. Like, I think we should be on that type of time. But that's only if you bold, though.
You know what's crazy? In the gay community, we think that a lot of these really attractive men have like the craziest pull and like get the most like options ever, when in reality they really don't. They do not. I've met a lot of very attractive friends, and a lot of these motherfuckers do not get the attention that y'all think they do. Maybe online, yeah, maybe they get hit on, they get DM'd and everything, but in person, people will not go up to them. People do not go up to these guys that are like above average because they're scared. And
I never thought about it like that. I was just strictly looking at the online presence of this whole video, not really necessarily looking at what happens in person. And I feel like, yeah, he got a very good point when it comes to in person versus online, because online, hell, you might do get hella dudes that hit you up or whatever on a daily, but that shit probably don't apply to, you know, once you out at like gatherings and stuff like that. We gotta also understand, y'all, we gay, so it's just like, it's not really normal for us to do stuff in person all the time unless you're in like a gay setting. But he got a good point. Let's keep listening though.
And also they think that they've already been taken, or they think that they already have a man or whatever the fuck, when in reality a lot of these very attractive men in the community, they do not get approached like that in person. And some of them actually look better in person too. So it makes people even more scared to go talk to them. And it always makes me scream because I have a lot of friends that will talk about these guys that I know that are super cute. And they'll say, ugh, I bet they get a lot of attention. I'm sure they would never go for me. When 99% of the time, that is not the case. Some of these super like attractive guys would love to get attention from people in person rather than online because they get avoided all the time. Like literally half the time they're always getting avoided. And so when I see other people like assume that these really attractive guys get a lot of attention and they're always getting pulled, they're not. Trust me, they're actually pretty fucking lonely sometimes and they don't get hit on.
So yeah, y'all, after watching those videos, those guys just kind of proved my point on the reasons as to why I feel like a lot of us attractive gay men are single. Again, I get that, you know, some of these things could apply to anybody, but I just kind of wanted to talk more about attractive gay men because being attractive, man, like you are objectified a lot. Like you just are, especially if you got sex appeal. That's gonna be another video for another day, but especially if you got sex appeal, oh my gosh, like dudes you're gonna get lusted over all the time. Like it don't matter. Like, you know, once you got that good sex appeal or once you got like a good face or whatever, like you're just objectified. Like y'all, one person that I want to reference is Malik McIntyre. I love you, by the way, Malik. Like he showed me so much love or whatever privately. I would love him down boots, but with him, he is fine as hell. And it's not even the fact that gay men be like lusting over him, but it's the women. It's women that like love him down because he do look good. Like, you know, Malik is, call me daddy. But, he look good as fuck. And it's even the guy, what's his name, y'all? Aaron Perry. I think I'm saying his last name right. But, of course he's not gay, but, you know, right now he's doing press for Mufasa or whatever, and everybody just cannot get enough of how good he looked, child. So, it's just like, you know, and then everybody use that saying raw, next question. So yeah, being good looking or whatever, child, it's a lot of pros and cons to this shit, but, yeah, I just kind of wanted to cover this topic, you guys, because I feel like nobody hasn't really spoke on it. Of course, everybody probably talk about, you know, the reason as to why gay men are single, but, you know, I just kind of wanted to focus more on attractive men on why they why they are single or whatever. So, that's that on that. I will see you guys with another video. I think I'm going to drop the video tomorrow, so I will see y'all tomorrow, but bye, and I love y'all. Bye.